Standing tall.
Yeah, today's show is about standing tall. And Darshan is finding that song.
What's the password for your?
Love, joy, health.
Just tell the whole world.
You can come park outside and tune in.
Well, let's see what happens here. New page.
Say hi to Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa, welcome.
Oh, she's with us.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
is.
Lisa!
Right on.
Well, he's-
We had a rousing evening last night, and a beautiful dinner, and a samadhi game processing that I thought was really intense and initiatory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
We did it in a teepee in a wigwam. It was intense.
So intense. So it wasn't. So you'll have to watch it.
You're
the archive
five and dime
of it.
one-liners.
You have to watch the archive to see us in that teepee.
That's right. Oh, you recorded it.
Yeah, it's recorded, and I posted it. It's on the pages, so you can find that there. Standing tall and courageous.
I'm having to go to YouTube
Okay.
because I don't have it.
Well, I thought the topic today is we're going to go up to the top of the mountain, and or we're not to the top. We're just going to go a little ways up. We're going to go a little hike today in the mountains, and it has to do with standing tall. It has to do with courage, overcoming your fears. And when you're embarking on a journey like we're embarking on this 8 days of samadhi, it takes courage. It actually takes courage to stand tall and move forward in that process of enlightenment. Because the dual human ego is going to come up and say, no, slouch down.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Go back to your footstool kingdom.
Go back to your mundane footstool kingdom.
Here's his song.
Here it is.
Whoa. Damn.
Sorry.
I never lost a love before.
Have you heard this before? That's an old James Bond.
Somewhere down the road, maybe all those years will find some meaning. I just can't think about them now. Live them out
It's transcendental meditation.
Stand tall, don't you
How do you
fall.
know this man?
God sake, I'm going to
I'm wearing purple. Yeah.
I'm right.
Yes, you are.
I said it like that.
All right, so
Silly human pride. See that? There you go. All right.
it takes the standing tall, and Darshan was going to share with us some of his new programming and processing called Thrive.
Yes.
Which Barbara? Oh.
I don't know. Oh, hi, Barbara.
Oh, I just came to get my note.
So I started thinking about what life is like nowadays for people. We have so many people who are hungry. We have education systems that are falling apart. We have so many problems in the world. And I got to thinking, how can we start to thrive? How can we all come together? How can our businesses come together? How can our individual communities come together? Our personalities, how can they meld? How can we all start to thrive? And so I really started to go deep, deep, deep into this. Like, is this really the best we can do in our world? Really? Is it really? Is it the
No.
best we can do?
No.
All these kids dying, all the disease,
Horrible.
all the illness, all the unemployment, all the stress, all the anxiety. No, there isn't. So what can we do? And so I started thinking about thrive, and I like the word thrive because it evokes such a good feeling, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Thrive.
It's the opposite of lugubrious.
Lugubrious. Yeah. Look up the word lugubrious
Before you use it.
before you use it. So what is Thrive? Thrive is an acronym, And the acronym is T is for transformation. So what needs to be transformed in your life, in your business, in anything that you want to thrive? It could be something in your community. It could be a volunteer project you do. It doesn't really matter. It can be anything. What do you want to transform? And if you're going to look at an area in your life, just pick one and get it done. It doesn't matter. Let's say your health, right? Mm-hmm. You want your health to thrive. So what needs to be transformed? Is it your diet? Is it your exercise? Is it your attitude? Something. And that's the T in thrive. The H is harmony. So there are many things in our community that are not in harmony. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
All right, good. So would I. And what causes that disharmony, in my belief, is that it's our thoughts, our disharmonious thoughts, or our beliefs about the way the world is, and we can't do anything about it, and that has to change. And so once we change the harmony, that our thoughts and our beliefs about that, then when we see what's out of harmony out there in the world, we can then do something about it. So that's the H. And then R, the big word, responsibility. What area of your life can you take responsibility in that the presence of which would change dramatically everything for you? Responsibility is key. And your number one responsibility to you is to take absolute 100% responsibility for your greatness, your magnificence, your pricelessness, and love yourself unconditionally and live that way without exception. Without exception. Did you hear that? Without exception. Because when you love yourself unconditionally and live that way without exception, what happens? You thrive. You thrive. You stop worrying about everything else.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
so that's our number one.
Has to be put into practice, though.
There you go. Well, everything does, right? You can't make eggs unless you cook them.
True. You have to heat the pan.
So that's our number one responsibility. So what can we take responsibility for and change in our world and in our community? And then I stands for initiative. Well, maybe there's some cause you see out there that you can take initiative on. And you can say, you know what, I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to make a difference. This is going to be me. I'm going to do whatever I can. And so maybe it's an initiative in your own life. Maybe it's an initiative out there. Maybe it's an initiative that you haven't even thought of yet, but it'll come to you. Who knows? When you start to thrive, lots of things will change. And then V, vision. What is the vision you have for the new you, for the new relationship, for your old relationship, for new friendships? What is the vision you have for your community, for your culture, for your country? What is the vision you have for whatever? You have to have that vision because that vision is going to pull you towards whatever it is you're going to go to. And so, like, I have a vision for being totally healthy and totally wealthy and then sharing those things with the world. So then that causes me to do things differently than I would have. So the vision is important because it will pull you towards it, whatever it is that you desire. And then the last part is, for E, is expression. How are you going to express that vision? How are you going to express everything that's come to you? Expression, another word for it is action, because without action, nothing happens. And so the expression is key. Obviously, if you don't cook the eggs, right, they don't get cooked, right?
It's in the refrigerator and spoiled.
So a lot of times people are willing to do whatever they have to do, but they are not willing to take the action. And in reality, the action to me is the easiest part. If you have a vision that you really want to see, expressing that vision is a beautiful reward. And that's what Thrive is about, Mr. Brinkley.
Boy. T-H-R-I-V-E.
What does it spell?
T-H-R-I-V-E. 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 Thrive! Thrive! Thrive!
It's interesting that you just did that. It's very rudimentary. We're starting to put up a website now. It's a template. But the website is thrive.com.
Wow.
So mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever.
Beautiful.
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 Thrive.com.
I really enjoy the idea at the beginning and the end, the things and the expression, things that you can change and the things that you can express, from the inner planes. And in Samadhi game, we call that the tantra of enlightenment, that bringing of the spirit into physicalization. Actually, not allowing it just to sit up there in the etheric realm and the heaven realm, but making heaven on earth is what we're doing, what you're talking about, is bringing that heaven onto earth.
We could have a whole other acronym. It could be Tantra, Heaven, Robbie. What would be I? Let's see. THR. It all works, doesn't it?
Ideal.
There you go.
Today too, being Father's Day, Thrive has a lot to do with, the father principle. That idea of standing and making things happen. Giving the structure to our society. And basically, that's kind of what fathers have done for a long time. I know that the paradigm is changing. Do you have any ideas on what the paradigm that we're going into?
First of all, do you know what a paradigm is?
Yes.
It's 20 cents.
Dime store humor.
What?
It's like you got your stuff. I know you got your stuff over Bazooka Joe. Right?
Long time ago. I think the paradigm has to shift to one of what we're talking about, one of love and one of connection, one of all of us coming together. Because the whole separation that we've been going through now is, look what it's doing. Mm-hmm. It's craziness.
Yeah.
It's all the anger, all the stress, all the anxiety, all the war, all the fighting, all the problems, all the we're better than you. The whole political system is completely broken. The whole 99% to 1%. The 99. You're the 1%ers, the evil 1%ers. To me, what's funny about that?
Tell me.
What do they teach you in school when we're growing up? You can be anything you want. Right. You could be rich. You could be the president of the United States.
Yeah.
And then when you get healthy, you get wealthy, and you get successful, you're one of those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is wrong with that picture?
Sure, jealousy.
It's amazing. Mm. So I think what has to happen is what you're doing, and you're contributing to the light of the society and to the transformation of us, to really connect us and show us who we really are as people and as spiritual beings having a human experience.
I think that's really interesting about the 99 and 1%, because I think a lot of the 99%ers think that they're living in the mundane footstool kingdom. And it just takes the vision, as you're saying, to say, I can be anything I want to be. Right. And I am that I am. I am the fullness. I am the gift given gone. I am that. And so I was thinking, maybe let's do some mantras.
Let's do it.
To, affirm that. Can you guys see? We're going to pull this up a little closer here like this.
Okay.
Like that, so you guys can see it a little bit better.
It'll be right here. I'll move down a little, like this. There.
And then I'll pull it over here.
Well, apparently she loved Stand Tall.
Yes, she did.
She did.
Lisa.
We're going to do some mantras from the third chapter of the book, the Alchemical Transmutation and Momentum, because we're building momentum.
Awesome.
And these mantras involve using a polarity. They have spaces for a duality. So we're dealing with thriving. What's the opposite of thriving?
It could be surviving.
Okay, thriving and surviving.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do thriving and surviving.
Okay.
I'll write it down.
I've said for a long time, it's time for you to start to survive. Stop surviving and start to thrive.
Okay, so what is a middle point? What is the neutral witness, sweetie?
Oh, in between surviving and thriving is action.
Good.
What do you say? You had the word for it before.
What's
the E in thrive?
The what?
The E in thrive.
Expression.
The expression is a good one too. Express.
If there's a middle ground, in other words, if surviving is low and thriving is high.
Yeah, what's the center? What gets you to thriving?
Well, action does. I think that was perfect, because action does the surviving and action does the thriving.
Well, that's true.
Initiative? Did you say initiative?
Initiative is Well, if there's, I wasn't looking for a middle ground word, but kind of like going through the motions is the middle ground. I don't know. It's like.
Because in order to get out of bed, you have to pick yourself up.
So let's use action.
Okay.
Let's use action. So we have 3 words. We have
Perfect.
thriving, surviving, and action.
Action.
The 2 edges of the duality and the center point, the neutral witness, that Christ consciousness involved in action, a tantra of enlightenment. So we're all about the tantra of enlightenment. Let's go ahead and say these 3 points. We'll go into the enlightenment with squares in the another show. But what we're going to do, just to let you know, I'm planning on doing enlightenment with squares every evening. We'll sit down and have a group discussion every evening, and we'll take a duality that we're working with, and we'll discuss it, and we'll fill out the whole page. So every evening we'll address one duality this week. So we could address this one, or we could do something different. But for now, let's go ahead and go on with this one here. We'll give this mantra together. I'm going to put it up on the screen, but if you're joining us for the first time, you can get this whole Manifesto of Enlightenment at samadhigame.com. It's a free download. So here we go. Here it is for now. Let me just straighten it out on the screen so we can see properly. That's good. Okay, together. Adorable I am Samadhi that I am, that supreme ruler of ruby red power and the unconditional love of the violet flame, that dispassionately dissolves, consumes, transmutes, and reconciles all phases of the wheel of karma in pure enjoyment, in resonant formation with the ascended. And these are names that you can change, these names in gold. Gold, when you see it written in this manifesto, it means that you can change it to any name that inspires you. But we'll say these names together. Paramahansa Yogananda, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and Hans Baba. Sir Lafollette, Saint Germain and Portia, Elohim, Arcturus and Victoria, Archangel Zadkiel and Holy Amethyst, Omri Tas, ruler of the violet planet, the great cosmic light and mighty lords of the flame from Venus, the hierarchs of the elements, earth, air, fire, water, and Akasha, Virgo and Pelor, Aries and Thor, Prince Ramesses and Diana, Neptune and Lara, and Zeus and Tara. I fly towards the secret sky of ruby ray power, violet compassionate transmutation, and cause 100 veils of illusion to fall each moment. As Portia, Saint Germain, Claire de Lys, Lanello, El Moria, Kuthumi, and the Maha Chohan, I say, thus far and no farther. Just one moment. We're saying these names. These are names of beings who you can draw close to you. When we say a name, it's like it's a vibration. Everything's vibration. We've been talking about it day in and day out. Vibration and resonance and science. When you say a name that's attached to darshan, when you say darshan, you think of darshan. For a while there, I was thinking of darshan doing his 1,000 push-ups a day. When I think of darshan, I think shoulders, arms,
Guns.
Guns. But that name has the essence of darshan in it. And the darshan of Robbie, the darshan of Barbara, the essence of Kathleen. This essence.
The darshan of
So when we say these names, we actually draw the darshan of these beings to us. We do.
Stand tall.
I'm trying to lean into it.
So let's go on. I say, thus far and no farther. I release the transfiguring action of ruby ray power and the measureless mercy of the violet flame into the cause, effect, record, and memory of that tempting and tormenting ego, including the fears and the desires of thriving and surviving. It is transmuted and consumed on the instant in love and action. I will it done by the power of love and action. I open and charge the golden pink radiance of divine love in its most powerful dynamic activity into the world of all mankind and into the world of my mind, feelings, and body, my home and all my spiritual, sexual, social, recreational, romantic, personal, family, domicile, dietary, health, medical, career, financial, business, political, and legal affairs. All compassionate I am Samadhi, that I am. I am the eternal, complete, and unconditional forgiveness and command of all dual human ego, created down the corridors of past, present, and future. Let me just stop for a second.
Okay.
The command. I posted on Facebook this morning a commanding picture of a wax figure of George Washington standing in his commanding pose with his eyes looking at infinity. That's the father principle.
Okay.
That command.
Where are we now?
All transmuting I am Samadhi. That I am. I open through me now that violet consuming flame of divine love and compassion. I identify and surrender my human self-concern and all patterns and habits of duality, appetites for illusion, fears and desires of thriving and surviving. I dissolve and transmute them all. Cause, effect, record and memory, past, present, and future. I replace them all with the fullness of myself, including action. That state of perfect samadhi, held with full dominion, here, now, and forever. As the all-seeing I am of samadhi, my very own neutral witness and silent watcher of all mankind. Elohim, Cyclopeia, the Great Karmic Board, and Saint Germain. I search the entire karmic record of all my past lives and its presentation in this life now. I identify, transmute, and transform all latent and active returning mental, emotional, physical, and astrological debts and patterns, deprived or frozen children, such as... Oh, this is a whole other process, but let's just say, just in short, if you have a little frozen child where you were, said, don't do that, that's bad, and then you froze because of that, and you didn't ever pick up an art brush and paint because you were painting on a wall or something when they said, don't do that. You never painted for there's a little frozen child in there that's going, oh, I can't unwind this, I can't do that. And so these frozen children need to.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna listen for a minute. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You need some ibuprofen?
No, I just need to.
These frozen children need to have our attention, and with the frozen child process and samadhi game, what we can do is we can actually take the frozen child and we can talk to the frozen child. We can speak to it as though we're speaking to it from our higher self. And then we can speak back as the frozen child as well to ourselves. So you can say, it's all right. You can go ahead and paint. You can pick up that brush. And you can but look, here's the canvas you can paint on. And the frozen says, but I really like to paint on the walls. Please let me paint on the walls. We're going to learn to paint on canvas here. Robbie's going to teach us today. So why don't you just wait? We're going to take a hike in the Sandia Mountains, and we can have a fun time looking at the creek and seeing all the things along the riverbank. And, well, okay. It's something like that. You actually carry on a dialogue with yourself. And by doing that, you're talking from your higher self to this knotted up portion of your psyche. And by doing that, you're really differentiating, and you're seeing that I am this neutral witness. And I'm bringing this frozen child back into the sphere of my energetic awareness. So that's the frozen child. And we can read about it in Samadhi Game. If you'd like to read more about this frozen child process, it's in this chapter. You can see the guidelines for that I'm paging through. And then we continue the mantra here. Continuing. I am the full understanding and complete self-mastery over the causes and cores of these so-named conditions of seeming limitation, as well as all seeming yet to be named. By the law of forgiveness and grace that I am, I see clearly into the shells of the dual human ego consciousness and its resulting situations. I am
ruby ray power and violet compassionate transmutation, blazing through the cause, effect, record, and memory of these snakeskins, here and now, reconciling limitations born from fear and desire, and ascending into the perfection of my unique I am present samadhi and sexual essence.
By the way, just each of us has a sexual essence. Each of us has on a continuum from complete masculine to complete feminine. There's a whole continuum there, and each of us has a point on that continuum that we have our essence. Out of creation we come, and we come with this combination of essence. And so when we say this, we're recognizing that there's a unique place for each of us on the continuum. Some of us are real strong masculine, and some of us are just really nice strong masculine. And some of us are very, very feminine, and some of us are just very nice feminine. And so they meet in between someplace. And we can accentuate that polarity with some of the mantras at the end of Samadhi Game. If you want to accentuate the polarity for the fun of sexual relationship. So just to let you, there's ways of working with this. So let's go on. As the omniscient yoga of oneness that I am, I reach into the storehouse of my causal body with my great and loving arms of light, drawing forth 10 times more substance of life than was misqualified. Of that light substance, I fashion a unique healing form of the sacred fire, a perfectly suited antidote for each shadowy shape, process, and condition. I send it forth this instant to balance tenfold every debt to every part of life. I give thanks and I accept it done this hour in full power as the omnipotent purpose that I am. I dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile all karmic momentums of my past, present, and future, all distorted shapes of duality, doubts, fears, desires, and seeming forces of opposition within my own world, and cross-currents of the human ego throughout the earth. I now cast all the shadowy shapes created of the dual human ego, cause, effect, record, and memory, into the boiling sea and consuming fire of forgiveness, reconciling, replacing, and depolarizing, healing, and making art of the frequencies of the dual human ego, with the eternal, perfect, and ascended shape and feeling tone of the healthy, playful, and creative I Am Samadhi. I flash ruby ray power and the violet lightning of divine love through all my spiritual, sexual, social, recreational, romantic, personal, family, domicile, dietary, health, medical, career, financial, business, political, and legal affairs. As the omnipresent void of eternity that I am, I capture the brains, bodies, and consciousness of every individual associated with these affairs, including, and here you can name those that you're involved with. I name the entire Samadhi Game tribe, including Lisa online, all those who will ever see this in the archived versions. And you can all think these names, these people, our children, our families, our loved ones, our dogs, cats, our plants, mountains, rivers, oceans, grasslands, farmlands, orchards, lavender fields, vineyards, and continuing. Producing that purity, purpose, perfection, protection, and pointed direction. I illumine them all by the light of that truth, dharma, and authenticity, and keep that light forever self-sustained in the eternal glory and victory of that love. By the power, the activity, and the authority, the omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence that I am, I speak to my untransmuted karma, and to every discordant or limiting condition, judgment deprived or frozen child that would seek to repolarize and imbalance my dual human ego, including the fears and the desires of thriving and surviving. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the ruby ray and the radiant violet light of action. dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the ruby ray in the radiant violet light of action. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the ruby ray and the radiant violet light of action. I see you in process and perfect now. My world is filled to overflowing with the balance, perfection, and presence of I Am Samadhi. I strip from you, O thou noble appearance of duality, all power to limit, harm, or disturb me, to judge, confuse, or intimidate me, past, present, or future. I've had people mention to me, they say, why do you call it noble presence of duality? And, and because, we think duality, this crummy little infantile self. But duality can be depicted as the most noble things when it becomes art. So, and if we don't give duality its due, it just gets more irritated. If we realize that duality can have a noble purpose wherever we go and give it that appellation, then duality becomes a friend rather than an enemy, rather than we think of it as just, pushing against it, Does that make sense to you?
It does. So, there could never be happiness if you weren't sad. There could never be light without darkness. And if we are afraid of the darkness, it creates a problem. It keeps coming up to bite us, as you were saying. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that is. That's very similar. Okay, anything else?
Anger.
Yes, please. Anger.
And happiness, or joy and sadness. I mean, we can't be joyous all the time, even though we may think we can be.
Or anxiety and calm.
Calm, right. All of it. We need it. So when we experience the negative, just go into it and be with it. Mm-hmm. It's much easier that way, rather than fighting it. Mm-hmm. Like push against, my hand when that's what we're doing constantly. Mm-hmm. Why don't we just go with it? And where do you want to take me? Mm-hmm. And go on that journey with it. Rumi, the wonderful Sufi poet, he had an incredible poem called The Guest House. He said, this being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, whether it be a crowd of anger that violently sweeps your house of all its furniture, greeted at the door laughing. Mm-hmm. And I'm paraphrasing a little bit, I might have said some words up, but it was the whole thing. Doesn't matter, whatever comes to you, greet it laughing. Accept it, don't fight it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Rumi, The Guest House.
The Guest House.
The Guest House.
Going on. Let's do it again. I strip from you, O thou noble appearance of duality, all power to limit, harm, or disturb me, to judge, confuse, or intimidate me, past, present, and future. I walk henceforth as the quenchless fire of the shining void, and I know nothing. I do not know, and hence I am free. I am now and forever free. I just want to say I love, how in this mantra we state so affirmatively all throughout it, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. And then at the very end, we just give it up and we say, I really don't know anything.
And some of the I ams that people have are so negative. I am fat, I am dumb, I am stupid, I am short, I am this, I am... And then whatever you follow I am with, it tends to manifest.
Well, because that's the energy. The I am is the core of your being. I am is that neutral witness. It is that Christ consciousness. I am that. I am He, says Christ Jesus. And that's the core of being, and it has all the energy associated with it. And once you say it, it vibrates it. I am. And then I am comes vibrating hard, and you say, healthy, and it goes, healthy. And it's like in those movies where he says something and manifests immediately. You say these great visualizations. I am joyful. I am strong. Kind of like the stage play commercials. Like a good neighbor, and then the yeah.
Think of it, the I am, because whatever you want,
very good. Yeah, it's very, very beautiful. Yeah, I love those. That's an idea. So
I have one.
it's a real idea.
I have one. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm terrific. Today's a great day to be alive, and I can waste it or use it for good.
Oh yeah, I'm healthy. I'm happy.
I'm terrific.
It's a good day to be alive, and I can use it or use it for good.
Good one, Barbara.
A friend of mine used that. They trained him that way before he sold Bibles when he was 12 or something.
Oh, really?
Why not?
Why not? It works.
Yeah. So let's go on. Let's give another Violet Ray mantra. This is again, we're building the momentum. We want to give these mantras. Go ahead.
If you make it bigger on that screen, does it make it bigger there?
No,
You can't make it bigger?
I can't make it bigger here.
Okay. That screen is very clear, and this one was a little harder to.
Yeah,
That's why I was trying to figure it out. Okay.
It's a little bit hard. Well, it has to do with the bit rate that we're transmitting at. Because we only have like a DSL connection here, we can't bit rate the manifesto and the video at the same time and get the image out. So that it's a little bit.
Okay. That's why I just wanted to read it clearly. That's why I was.
And I apologize to those out there, but I've read it myself before, and it's kind of legible. So let's try it. Continue.
Okay.
By the way, if you ever want to go to the archives and you have your own copy of Samadhi Game, you can click right there on the. Let me just see if I can click there. You can click there where it says Archives a Live Broadcast, and that will take you to the archived versions, and you can go ahead and just watch what you'd like. So let's go ahead and read this one together. This I am Violet, the Violet Ray identity and Samadhi in action, which is the center being of this duality that we're working on.
Hold on. Let me get up.
Here, you want to move this over?
Yeah, no, I'll just.
Yeah. Can they?
Can you see?
Let me see what happens when that happens.
Oh, there you go.
Barbara, why don't you come sit over here? Here, let me get a.
Water.
Okay. Can you grab a pillow, Barbara, from back there to sit on top of that so you have a. There it goes. How does it feel to be in that back seat there?
I love it.
She's a backseat driver.
Okay, we'll go on and we'll give this mantra.
I have big clothes.
Just a word, too. As we give these mantras over the days, today, tomorrow, the next day, you'll find that you kind of reach a limit, and you kind of want to say, no, that's enough. I'd rather just sit back and relax. See if you can give yourself a little extra push. I know when I worked with Darshan 5 years ago, we did a 3-day intensive, with his workshop, and after the first 3 hours of working with him, I was like, okay, come on, lay off, will you please? Lay off of me. Stop, back away. I don't need any more, please. Just gently, please. And Darshan, he just never stopped. He just kept going, bearing forward. Come on, Greg. Come on, write your book. Come on, do. And
he's right.
And it's similar to what we're doing with Samadhi Game mantras, a little different, a different application. But what we're doing is we're pressurizing ourselves, and there's a point where you'll read these mantras and you go, come on, what am I doing? What's the effect? You'll start to disbelieve. So hold on and stand tall with courage as the Father, and just keep moving forward in this Father consciousness today with these mantras. Let's go ahead, go on. I am the violet, compassionate flame,
radiant, buoyant, whirling, dancing, surging, cosmic, luminous, enhancing, tangible, pressure, joyous, blushing, from beneath my feet to my crown now rushing, circling 36 feet about me, transmuting and reconciling all duality, dissolving imperfections in my activity, distilling the liquid love and compassion from the heart of the great central sun, simmering from head to toe in the twinkling light of violet, transmuting reconciliation, baking in the roaring fiery furnace of the violet, consuming transmutation, and melting in the unconditional love of Samadhi.
Those mantras are for the cooks in the audience there. I am burning with the violet fire, the ruby ray, and the crystal fire mist, refining every element of my subconscious, conscious, and superconscious awareness, cleansing all toxins and impurities from the cells of my physical body, purifying my bloodstream, strengthening and invigorating my nerves, muscles, and bones, tissues, organs, and glands, and clearing all, illuminating my mental, emotional, and memory bodies to be the perfect expression of the compassionate I am Samadhi. In action, in action, in action, as a quivering pillar of violet flame Samadhi, I am violet hued miracles of crystal pink love, manifesting as tactfulness, sensitivity, subtlety, delicacy, politeness, discretion, thoughtfulness, carefulness, prudence, cleverness, skillfulness, and diplomacy. As such, I transmute every dense egoic shape, pattern, and concept. I am the golden sun disk, issuing bolts of ruby ray lightning and violet ray Samadhi. Radiant, buoyant, whirling, dancing, surging, cosmic, luminous, enhancing, tangible pressure, joyous, blushing, across the face of the earth now rushing, spear points of the mighty Maxim flame, 28 feet long, 144,000 strong, radiating in the I Am name, raising each and every so-called force of opposition to the victory of my abundantly flowing prosperity, wealth and finances, dynamic tantric relationships, radiant glowing health and resilient body, my fun-focused service to life, artful sexuality, passionate spirituality, and my glorious divine plan fulfilled, dissolving, consuming, transmuting, and reconciling everything undesirable and imperfect throughout my world of activity. The ruby ray lightning is flashing as 10,000 suns, and I am gleaming the brilliant precision, elegant perfection, and magical transmogrification from within my heart. Mighty Arcturus, O Elohim, descend with that light of 10,000 suns and transmute all human fear and desire of thriving and surviving on the earth now. The violet light is always action. The violet light is always action. The violet light is always acting. The I Am Samadhi is that light. The limitless legions of light now burn with cosmic heat throughout all the world. And all dual human egoic shapes and textures, including the fears and the desires of thriving and surviving, melts away before the infinite love and action of Samadhi. Let's just take a few minutes before we go into the next mantra and rest ourselves. But let's rest ourselves tall. Let's try to find a sitting position that's tall, strong, courageous. You can feel that spine in our bodies. Feel that spine sort of holding against the pull of gravity perfectly so you're balanced like a top. You can even place the tongue at the roof of the mouth. And as you breathe in, you can follow the breath down the front side of the body. And as you breathe out, you can contract the perineum slightly and just feel that essence shoot up the spine to the top of the head. You can even feel it shiver itself up. So you can take a few breaths just to get yourself seated, balanced. Feel the body. Use that breath to feel out any tension in the body and just let it go. Use the breath to feel the current of the divine as it rises from the base of the spine to the crown. And in between that base and the crown, you find that heart. And just feel how that heart begins to glow and radiate. and conceive for yourself how you'll hold yourself in this strength, in this tall courage today as you walk forth from this meditation. Conceive of it now. Beautiful, beautiful Beethoven. Did anyone have a special visualization for themselves today that would like to share? How that you would hold yourself? Anything from your meditations?
Moving forward up that hill.
Mm-hmm. Me too. And
Yeah.
standing tall and taking deep breaths. I was feeling
Yeah.
the same. Let's take some deep breaths. Let's keep moving up this hill of samadhi. Let's keep affirming the truth of this samadhi. Descend into our temples now. Let's continue to pressurize the consciousness with the ideation of samadhi rather than just the normal survival mechanism. Let's thrive in samadhi, the idea of samadhi within us, by giving these mantras now, continuing together. By the rhythm and authority of that magnificent samadhi that I am, and the immortal victorious threefold flame beaming upon the altar of my heart, that neutral witness that I am, I place myself in concert with, and here are names. These are, again, names that you can change. They're in gold. And whatever inspires you. But let's go ahead and say these together. It creates a resonance. Alpha and Omega in the great central sun. Helios and Vesta in the sun of our system. The ascended Paramahansa Yogananda. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and Hans Baba. Lanello, Claire de Lys and Sir Lafelat. Saint Germain and Portia. The Mahachohan. Omritas, ruler of the violet planet, Archangel Zadkiel and Holy Amethyst, Mighty Elohim, Arcturus and Victoria, Sarat Kamara, Lady Master Venus and the seven holy Kumaras, Shiva, Krishna, Jesus and Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, the lords of karma, and the hierarchs and beings of the elements, earth, air, fire, water, and akasha, to expand and express the violet fire throughout my entire consciousness, being, and world, including all mankind and elemental life, in this miracle of transmutation. To the triumph and victory, I affirm.
Gregory, what is Akasha?
Akasha is, if you have the Chinese, let me put us here so you can see, the Chinese have 5 elements: fire, air, water, earth, and ether. And Akasha is like the ether element. It creates a blueprint around your body. And that Akashic blueprint, that Akashic membrane, is an energetic membrane that the body then physicalizes about. It's kind of the miracle or the alchemy of embodiment comes from the seed of being, and then the akasha forms an envelope around it, and then the other membranes of physicalization, of fire, air, water, and earth come back in, and now you have a body. Okay. So akasha is a little finer body than is the physical body, but it's still sort of it's kind of in between tangibility and intangibility. When you feel prana, when you take breaths, and you feel there's a little zing from that in your body, that is energy from prana that's moving through the akashic membrane of the body. So it's a real thing. Let's give the roaring white lion transmutation. This has a lot of the energy we were talking last night about American Indians and how they do the chants and they dance their chants. Well, we want to get some rhythm into our mantras as well as the affirmation. And this mantra brings some of that rhythm to us. So let's go ahead and give it and feel that rhythmic intensity coming forth. We'll give it 12 times through. Om, Om, violet fire, Om, violet flame, Om, neutral witness, dissolving fear and shame. I am violet light of wisdom, joy, and grace, transmuting all desire. I am planet trace. I am amethyst crystal, roaring heart, white lion, a chemical purple cauldron, Purusha's light I am. As the vast blue ocean, a rosy ruby stone, golden rays of sunrise, Agnata Vigo flown. I am diamond silence, gleaming undivided ray, scintillating prana, truth, dharma, the way. Om, Om, violet fire, Om, violet flame, Om, neutral witness, dissolving fear and shame. I am violet light of wisdom, joy, and grace, transmuting all desire. I am plan now trace. I am amethyst crystal, roaring heart, white lion, a chemical purple cauldron, Purusha's light I am. As the vast blue ocean, a rosy ruby stone, golden rays of sunrise, Agnata Vigo flown. I am diamond silence, gleaming on the violet ray, scintillating prana, truth, dharma, and the way. Om, Om, violet fire, Om, violet flame, Om, neutral witness, dissolving fear and shame. I am violet light of wisdom, joy, and grace, transmuting all desire. I am planet trace. I am amethyst crystal, roaring heart, white lion, a chemical purple cauldron, Purusha's light I am. As the vast blue ocean, a rosy ruby stone, golden rays of sunrise, Agnata Vigo flown. I am diamond silence, gleaming undivided ray, scintillating prana, truth, dharma, the way. Om, Om, violet fire, Om, violet flame, Om, neutral witness, dissolving fear and shame. I am violet light of wisdom, joy, and grace, transmuting all desire. I am planet trace. I am amethyst crystal, roaring heart, white lion, a chemical purple cauldron, Purusha's light I am. As the vast blue ocean, a rosy ruby stone, golden rays of sunshine, Agnata Vigo flown. I am diamond silence, gleaming on the violet ray, scintillating prana, truth, dharma, and the way. Om, Om, violet fire, Om, violet flame, Om, neutral witness, dissolving fear and shame. I am violet light of wisdom, joy, and grace, transmuting all desire. I am planet trace. I am amethyst crystal, roaring heart, white lion, a chemical purple cauldron, Purusha's light I am. As the vast blue ocean, a rosy ruby stone, golden rays of sunshine, Agnata Vigo flown. I am diamond silence, gleaming undivided ray, scintillating prana, truth, dharma, the way. If we give this, if we try to give it as in the same tone, can we try to give it? I don't know if it works. It's kind of fine. If it doesn't work, fine too. But if you can tone with it as well, it makes an om sound. So we go, Om, Om, violet fire, Om, violet flame, Om, neutral witness, dissolving fear and shame. I am violet light of wisdom, joy, and grace, transmuting all desire. I am planet trace. I am amethyst crystal, roaring heart, white lion, a chemical purple cauldron, Purusha's light I am. As the vast blue ocean, rosy ruby stone, golden rays of sunrise, Agnata Vigo flown. I am diamond silence, gleaming on the violet ray, scintillating prana, truth, dharma, the way. Om, Om, violet fire,
fire, Om violet flame, Om the true witness, dissolving fear and shame. I am violet light, of wisdom, joy, and grace, transmuting all desire. I am planet trace. I am amethyst crystal, roaring heart white lion, a chemical purple cauldron, Purusha's light I am. As the vast blue ocean, a rosy ruby stone, golden rays of sunrise, dark night of Vigaphone. I am diamond silence, gleaming on the violet ray, scintillating prana, to the dharma of the way. Om violet fire, Om violet flame, Om neutral witness, dissolving fear and shame. I am violet light, of wisdom, joy, and grace, transmuting all desire. I am planet trace. I am amethyst crystal, roaring heart white lion, a chemical purple cauldron, Purusha's light I am. As the vast blue ocean, a rosy ruby stone, golden rays of sunrise, dark night of ego flown. I am diamond silence, gleaming on the violet ray, scintillating prana, to the dharma of the way. Om violet fire, Om violet flame, Om neutral witness, dissolving fear and shame. I am violet light, of wisdom, joy, and grace, transmuting all desire. I am planet trace. I am amethyst crystal, roaring heart white lion, a chemical purple cauldron, Purusha's light I am. As the vast blue ocean, rosy ruby stone, golden rays of sunrise, dark night of ego flown. I am diamond silence, gleaming on the violet ray, scintillating prana, to the dharma of the way. Om violet fire, Om violet flame, Om neutral witness, dissolving fear and shame. I am violet light, of wisdom, joy, and grace, transmuting all desire. I am planet trace. I am amethyst crystal, roaring heart white lion, a chemical purple cauldron, Purusha's light I am. As the vast blue ocean, a rosy ruby stone, golden rays of sunrise, dark night of ego flown. I am diamond silence, gleaming on the violet ray, scintillating prana, to the dharma of the way. Om violet fire, Om violet flame, Om neutral witness, dissolving fear and shame. I am violet light, of wisdom, joy, and grace, transmuting all desires. I am planet trace. I am amethyst crystal, roaring heart white lion, a chemical purple cauldron, Purusha's light I am. As the vast blue ocean, a rosy ruby stone, golden rays of sunrise, dark night of ego flown. I am diamond silence, gleaming on the violet ray, scintillating prana, to the dharma of the way.
Peace. Amen.
Amen.
Just feel for a moment that resonance that's still moving. It's moving in the Akasha. You can feel it moving through the Akasha, through you, and through the environment around you. Everything has Akasha. Trees have Akasha. Grass blades have Akasha. Caterpillars have Akasha. Cats, dogs, everything has an Akashic membrane, and it all vibrates with this instantly. Sometimes Robbie does this, and I think of Akasha. Let's take our hands and rub them together, get some energy going in the hands, and then blow in them and hold them up, and we'll do an Om. Sort of a tingly feeling, huh? These are the realities that a lot of times are not ventured to. A lot of people don't take the time to feel this prana, to feel the Akasha, to feel the flow of light in their heart, to discern the difference between light and exceptional light, between compassion and joy. There are different qualities to these lights, these loves as they issue forth from the heart. And we can start to learn the language. Sometimes, I'm sure you know this, Darshan, when people come into your class, they have to learn your language. They got to get into, an understanding of how you're speaking, what it is that you're speaking of. And as they sit with you, they start to go, okay, now I got it. I'm starting to groove on what he's saying to me. He's not, and finally they start to kick in and start to talk your language. Well, the heart is always speaking in this still small voice. And we hardly ever listen to it and we hardly ever speak its language. So we're not really learning its language. If you want to learn the language of a country, you've got to go to the country, really, if you really want that language. Isn't that right, babe?
Yeah.
Yes, that's very true.
Croatian, my Croatian baby. She went to Croatia and lived there for 10 years, and it just absorbed, even though she didn't really want to learn the language. It wasn't a language that was familiar with her. She learned it just by osmosis because she was in that environment. So you put yourself in the environment of the language of enlightenment, and you'll start to learn it. It'll start to become really clear. Barbara knows this too. Barbara, goes to classes and meditations and dances and, oh, by the way, should we go to dancing on Tuesday night?
Maybe so.
But, this is really the thing. You put yourself in the proximity of and you begin to learn the language of. Let's give one more mantra. We talked about this laughing.
Can I make a point about
Go ahead,
what you
please.
were saying?
Yeah, please.
I like to point out the duality so people can really clearly see
Please,
this.
yes.
We put ourselves in the presence of ABC, CBS,
Yeah,
NBC.
yeah. Very good, very good.
That
Yeah.
news cycle and CNN and CNBC and Fox and everything, it's so negative. And if somebody said, I'm just going to broadcast negativity 24 hours a day, nobody'd watch it. But yet, that's what they watch all the time. So we put ourselves in the presence of negativity, and that's all we get. We absorb negativity, and it affects our consciousness. And that's why it's so critical to do things like this that bring us out.
Brother! I've got to tell you, I completely agree. Completely. Where we put our attention on, this is a basic law of enlightenment.
Yeah.
Where we put our attention upon that, we become. It's like eating food. What food you eat is absorbed into your tissue. Eating, the vibrations that you take in are absorbed into tissue. Where, I ask you, do you have these vibrations to take in? Where?
Right.
You have to make a conscious choice. It's not a very popular or politically correct choice today. But believe me, in 5 years, I'll give it 5 years, Samadhi game mantras, people will be going, how can I get them? Where will they be? Can I have them, please? How do I give them? And it's going to be our responsibility to say, here they are. Here, this is how you do this. Here's some positivity for your life. Let's put your attention upon that positive flow that's always broadcasting. CNN may broadcast, on one channel. But the I Am Samadhi is broadcasting on all channels,
Yes.
all frequencies. And we can tune in and listen to that love, joy, bliss, gratitude, peace, wisdom, beauty
Right.
at any time.
Right?
Yeah, we don't just have to watch, 12 channels?
HLN. I won't drop names.
Headline news.
About
CNN.
Nancy Grace.
Oh, Nancy.
Lord.
Good Lord.
So
4 hours of her is enough to.
You guys are giving me such a resonance on vibrating.
take over for a few minutes.
Okay.
I've gotta
Sure. Well, that's good. Take care of your sweetheart there. You, y'all can go get a room, Let's turn the camera over there if y'all want a good show. We're going to turn the camera. Ready? But it's really interesting how the energy's up, and look what is happening over there, isn't it?
That's right.
Yes, it's very cool. All kidding aside, the whole negativity, there's so much negativity. And to me, thriving is all about getting rid of that. What if we had a 24-hour positive news channel?
Nobody would watch it.
Well,
That's
Hay
why
House
I've
Radio
always
is
thought of that.
Hay House is, yes, has
I've
started
always
that.
thought of that. But
Yeah.
I would think, well, who would watch it? Because there's nothing like bad out there to.
So why do you think that badness sucks us in?
I don't.
The
know.
negativity.
I don't. I really can't figure that one out because I really turn off the news now. I
Yeah.
mean, because all you see on the news is people
Murder,
killing,
suicides,
Yeah.
rapes,
yeah,
stabbings,
yeah. And now, if somebody
beatings.
and then I saw, and somebody rescued somebody, and this is a good report, and I might tuned right into it. Some lady gave her
So a little farther forward.
went through the Goodwill bag
Yeah.
of an estate that was given.
Gotta get
And
her into the camera.
So the volunteer found $20,000 stashed inside that, the goodies that they gave
Yeah.
to the Goodwill, the estate, and that worker picked up the phone because they gave her a receipt and said, "We found $20,000 that belonged to your grandmother," and that was good reporting. You don't see kind of
No.
reporting like that, like you said.
What if we did? Right.
I know, and that sent chills. I was going, how awesome is that? And she didn't want any money back.
A story I heard recently, a guy found $50,000. He found a briefcase that had tons and tons of stuff, and he never opened it, but he saw the name tag on it, and he called the guy, and the guy was so thankful that he found it. He said, "You didn't even look in it. You don't even know what's in it." He said, "Those are the most important documents I've ever had. Where are you? Where can I meet you?" So he said, "I'm here." And he said, "I'll meet you in just a few minutes." So he came and he said, "Let me give you a reward." He said, "No, I don't want a reward. Just take it. It's yours." And he said, "No, you don't understand. My whole life is in that." And he gave him a check for $50,000 for returning a briefcase without touching it. Mm-hmm. And the guy was so hurting for money at the time and hurting for everything in his life and was desperate for a miracle. And there it was. I think, I get chills when I share that, but you share stories like that on the internet. You share stories like that with what he's doing, and that shifts the consciousness of people.
Yeah.
And he's got strong hands.
Oh.
I'm surprised you haven't come and gotten a massage from me.
Well, yes,
After doing
ever.
those 1,000
I'll have to
push-ups.
do that now, yeah.
You didn't get one yesterday?
No,
Well,
he
just he
told
worked
my
on
ankle.
my ankle, yeah,
ankle,
which is
but-
way better today.
Yeah.
So there's so many
Are
gifts.
you taking your commander seat over?
No, you can stay right there. I'm happy.
We're all. Were we going to do that?
Yes,
I
we're
am
gonna do-
laughing. Ho,
we're gonna do
ho,
I am
ho.
laughing,
Oh,
laughing.
yes.
Ho, 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 he.
Okay.
Well, this will be our last mantra for the day, and then we're going to get on with some Samadhi game yoga and warm-ups and get up onto the mountain, take a short hike, and get
Yes.
back here for lunch, and then we'll take a rest in the afternoon. And because
1 to
we're
4.
pushing it. We're taking.
That's Robbie's rest time.
Yeah, we need to take a nap this afternoon. Really, we need to shut down for a little bit, and then tonight we'll do some processing, have some dinner, and go to see a movie. So we have a lot on the schedule, but we're going to try to take it easy, and try to rest. We're going to try to take nap time every day. We're going to do some enlightenment with squares in the evenings. I'll try to set up the broadcast in the evening tonight for the Enlightenment with Squares process, Lisa, and anyone who else would like to join us. You can come and be a part of it. We'll see how we'll be sitting in a circle in the round over here, and we'll see how much you can see and hear, and if it works for you. But let's go ahead and give I Am
Do you
Laughing.
see what she wrote? She said,
Yes. Thank you for writing in, Lisa, about the news broadcasts.
Oh.
And
she has much more positive energy now that she doesn't have the news on.
Feel very good.
yeah, this is a happy team, a happy band.
Happy.
And so we move forward in the day. Let's laugh our happiness right into Lisa's. Where are you, in a living room or a bedroom?
Yeah.
In a,
Where are you,
on
Lisa?
a porch, looking over a landscape. Where are you?
'Cause you're doing
Describe to
I
us
Am
where
Laughing.
you are.
And while you're typing, Lisa, very, very good job. It is no wonder you feel better.
She's here.
I'll be there. Okay.
But give us a visualization of where you are, so we can project ourselves there. We can meet halfway.
Is she in Atlanta or is she
She's in
New York?
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
Tissue.
A tissue. You need a
It's
tissue.
just hard for me to get up.
Yeah, I'll get one.
What?
My nose
we
is
are
running.
about to do the laughing.
Man, he's strong.
Oh, good. I need that.
Anyone else need a tissue?
Do you have a-
Happy, happy, joy,
It's
joy.
right over
Oh.
here.
Yeah,
you're in happy, happy,
she's
joy.
in a happy, happy, joy place, which is a good place.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll
Got it,
send
Lisa.
happy joy.
Your way.
Yes. Here it is right here.
Thank you, sir.
So let's do I am laughing.
Do
And
they-
if you could just take this and you can take the cursor, you know how to use a ball? And then you click on this. And now we have I am laughing. And then you could use this one. You put the cursor on this, just put it there. You don't have to click. And then when you do this, it goes up and down. So this is about all you need right there because that's all of it right there. But if we
Yeah,
do need
because
it to
we
go up and
just
down.
repeat it.
So, okay.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and say it together. I am
Laughing.
Ho,
ho, he.
Come on.
I am
Laughing. Yesi yabo yaki. I am laughing. Corners of my mouth upturned. I am laughing. Now free of karmic return. I am laughing. My cheeks and stomach burn. I am laughing. The joy of life here unlearned.
Again.
I am laughing. Ho, 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 ye. I am laughing.
Yes,
See yabo yaki. I am laughing. Corners of my mouth upturned. I am laughing. Now free of karmic return. I am laughing. My cheeks and stomach burn.
I am
laughing. The joy of life here returned.
Hi, Elliot.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet my daughter, Elliot Marie Brinkley.
Hello, Elliot. This is a great way to walk in on Father's Day, huh?
Thanks. So, well, Robbie, I wanted to just pay a little homage to Robbie. She worked really hard yesterday
Yes.
to get everything ready and
She
together, and she was, bearing the idea of people coming and not really knowing how many people were going to come, and
Yeah.
not really knowing how many people would be online, and making all of this food and
She did a good job.
and preparing for the art classes and all
Yes.
of that. And so today she's just resting a little bit.
We're going to let Robbie
And
rest.
I really honor that work that she did yesterday.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. For all
Thank
of
you,
that.
Robbie.
Here, Robbie.
You
Yay!
are worthy. I am
Totally.
worthy. I am worthy. So wanted to honor that. Honor everyone coming, joining us here for Father's Day, standing strong and tall and climbing the mountain with us, even if you're in your finer bodies. And we're going to climb the mountain today. Then we're going to come back, enjoy a little bit of lunch, take a rest, and then do some processing in the evening. We'll have a little dinner, and then go to a movie tonight
There we go.
at the Guild. So we'll put
The
on the
Source.
broadcast tonight. We don't know exactly what time the processing will occur. Probably sometime between 6 and 7, I'm guessing.
And stay tuned for Name That Tune with him and Robbie. We did that last night. It was quite fun.
We'll do some more naming that tune. That'll be great. All right, everyone. So
Okay, bye.
Let me put on some more music
And
as we say
Robbie was
goodbye.
the winner. She got them all.
Bye, Lisa.
Thank you,
Bye,
Lisa.
everyone.
Have a great day. This is still
Robbie, Lisa says you rock.
Yeah, Robbie.
Robbie rocks.
Robbie rocks.
Robbie,
She's in
stick
her
your head up
bedroom.
just for a minute. Say goodbye.
Say goodbye. Where is she?
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, Bella.
Okay.
We need more cowbell.